Pixel 7 versus iPhone 14. The starting price for the Pixel 7 is $600 US, while the starting price for the iPhone 14 is $800 US. The Pixel 7 can get up to 256 gigabytes for $700 US, while the iPhone 14 can get up to 512 gigabytes for $1,100 US, which is just not worth it. The screen size of the Pixel 7 is 6.3 inch with an OLED display. The iPhone 14 is 6.1 inch with a Super Retina XDR OLED, which is a better display. The resolution on the iPhone 14 is greater, plus a smaller screen, so you'll get a better view quality out of that. The Pixel 7 does have a higher 90Hz refresh rate, which you will notice over time. The brightness of the Pixel 7 is lower max, but higher peak brightness than the iPhone 14. The processor in the Pixel 7 is the Tensor G2, which is acclaimed to be one of the best AI processors. The clock speed is 2.85 gigahertz with an Antutu of 250,672. The iPhone 14 is an A15 Bionic with a clock speed of 3.24 gigahertz. The Antutu is 207,366, which is not as good as the Pixel 7's. But the GPU on the iPhone 14 is 344,415, which beats out the Pixel 7's GPU with 225,024. That is actually a really major difference. The processing, the Tensor G2 uses a 4nm process, while the iPhone 14 uses a 5nm process. The camera on the Pixel 7 is actually a triple camera setup. Most of you probably think it's a dual camera setup, but if you actually own the phone, you realize there's a small telephoto in between the two big cameras. The main camera is a 15 megapixel, but the iPhone 14 is only 12 megapixel. It has a 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 12 megapixel telephoto. The iPhone 14 also has a 12 megapixel ultra wide. The Pixel 7 can get up to 8 times zoom, while the iPhone 14 can only get to 3 times. Highest video recording is 4K 60 on the Pixel 7 and 4K 30 on the iPhone 14. The battery on the Pixel 7 is a 4,355 milliamp hour battery. Don't know why that took me so long to say. The capacity on the iPhone 14 is 3,279 milliamps with a charge speed of 20 watts. The Pixel 7 can charge at 21 watts, which doesn't seem like that much more. The charge time of the Pixel 7 is 1 hour and 40 minutes, while the charge time on the iPhone 14 can be about 2 hours. Don't know why there's such a substantial difference when it's a smaller battery and charges almost the same speed, but that's just how it is. Battery life on the Pixel 7 is 9 hours and 1 minute, while the battery life on the iPhone 14 is 9 hours and 29 minutes. The design of the Pixel 7 is shiny, simplistic, and not very modern. The front has pretty thick bezels and a small hole punch camera. The weight is 197 grams. The back is shiny and modern, and the front is thick bezels with a huge, ugly notch. The weight is 172 grams. The Pixel 7 is actually quite a heavy phone for its only 6.3 inch screen size. Well, the iPhone 14 has a better screen, a better processor. I'd say battery's about a tie. Design is subjective, so I can't really be saying anything about that. But the camera, I'm not sure why those are both blank, because the Pixel 7 has a much better camera. Now, some of you might be like, oh, well, the iPhone 14 is obviously a much better phone. But you also have to realize that the Pixel 7 is $200 less and is probably much better, much more worth your money. Thanks for watching.